Okay, this is your first installment of eBoard to Moodle in 30 minutes or less, and we're going to start here with just logging into Moodle, setting up a course if you haven't done that yet, and then option A of switching from eBoard to Moodle, which is the easiest option. So we're going to start with that. We'll make more videos for the more sophisticated options. So go to resources here on the EO Smith website, click on staff links. Then look for Moodle. And then, let's see, I'm logged in here, so let me log out so you can see what it looks like. You're going to click Login here in the upper right-hand corner of the Moodle site. And you're going to log in with your EO Smith username and password. Unless you've never logged in before, in that case, you're going to have to check with me about your password. Click Login. Okay, find your name down here, so scroll down and find your department and then your name. Now, if your name is not up here, then talk to me about that and I'll get you set up. Click on your name. And then scroll down and click Add a new course if you don't have any courses in there yet. I'm going to create a course here. I'm just going to call it Test 02. Oops. All right, and it's going to start the course today, and that's fine. The course, everything else we can just keep the same. I just want to check my guest access here. We want to allow guest access, and I think it's better not to have a password on it at this point. And then save changes. So again, what we're doing here is the simplest form of using Moodle, and that is using it as a simple eBoard sort of tool. So I'm going to click on the course over here on the left, course that I just created. And all I'm going to do in this simplest option is I'm going to use this news forum here to post information for my students. So if you click on this, and by the way, students can access this as guests, so they don't need to be enrolled in here or anything like that. They can just click on your name on the front screen, and then they'll and on the course, and then they'll see this. And they can click on the news forum, and they'll see a list of the postings that you've made when they click on that. So here it is now. It says add a new topic. So let's suppose I'm just getting started here and I want to switch over my eBoard. So I'm going to click on my eBoard here, which I haven't used for a while. But let's say I want to transfer this note right here. First I got to go into my post and edit mode. And I want to just move this note right here, entropy. So I'm going to click on that. Oops, sorry, I've got to edit that. So let's go back. I want to edit that note. Now I am going to try to copy everything here. So I'm going to scroll down and take all of this stuff. Control C. I'm going to come over to my news forum now in Moodle, add a new topic. And I'm going to call it the same thing, entropy, which it was called over there in my eBoard. Come down here, Control V, and it should pretty much transfer everything. Looks like the TED video didn't come through, so I'd have to fix that. But and then just click Post to Forum. There it is, entropy. Now, when my students come into the course, when they view the course, what they'll see on the front is just that link for the news forum, and then they'll click on the news forum. By the way, you can change the name of that. It doesn't have to be called news forum. But they'll click on that, and then they will see a list of the posts. In this case, they're going to see entropy. And if I want to add a new topic, let's say I want to add a topic that says homework for this week. Oops. I can do it, and I can write there we go, problems 1 and 2, and then just post to forum. So pretty simple. I think so that's your simplest option. And again, it's not particularly powerful, but it is simple. And I just want to show you one more thing. If you click on this add a new topic here, the editing features of Moodle are very similar to what you're familiar with in eBoard. If you look here on your editor, you've got all the same kinds of options. You can post images, you can put in media files. There's a little equation editor here. You can put in equations, symbols, links, so you can make hyperlinks to websites just like you can do. So you just click the little link symbol there. So it's got all the features of the editor on eBoards. And it's simple as that. Just moving, that's the simplest way to move from eBoard to Moodle. Okay, this is option B. It's a little bit more complicated for switching from eBoard to Moodle, but it's a little bit more powerful, and you might like it a little bit better. What we're going to do is we're going to actually show our posts under the weeks here. Now, there's two options here. We can use the chronological setup that they've got right here on the screen. We can make posts under each week. Or if we want, we can change that so that instead of weeks, it reads as topics. And if you wanted to change it to a topic format, you would go under Administration and Course Administration here and click Edit Settings. Okay, then you would, under Edit Settings, you're going to scroll down, and you are going to click on Course Format. Then you're going to pick, instead of weekly format, you will say topics format. Now, this is only if you don't want the chronological system that I showed you at first, and then I'll click Save Changes. Okay, now you notice it says topic 1, topic 2, and we can change the names of those. First, click on turn editing on here. Alright, now here we go. Now you see this little gear. This is the key here. This is the icon you're looking for whenever you want to make changes. You're going to click on that little gear, and that will allow you to edit the description that shows under that topic. And this is level B. This is option B. We're simply going to move our eBoard into this description box here, and we will make it show up on the front page. So again, let's say I wanted to take my entropy note. I select that and click Control C. Then I come over to Moodle. I'm going to post it in here. Control V to paste it in. I'm going to uncheck this box here. This says use default section name. That default section name is just topic 1. So I want to change this. I'm going to write entropy. Now, again, we could be using the chronological situation here, or the chronological format, in which case I'd probably leave this box checked, and then it would just show the appropriate week. Then I'll click Save Changes. Now, when the students come to the site, when they come to the course site, this is what they'll see. So instead of just seeing this news form up here and having to click that to see everything that you're posting, they'll actually see entropy and then whatever you've posted under that. Now that could be homework, for example. So this could be homework, and if you want to update it, you just click on the little gear symbol here. You click that and you can add things to it, just as easy as editing your eBoard. The big difference between this and eBoard, obviously, is that you've got this kind of vertical format here where we're moving down, we're scrolling down to see everything. You don't have the kind of horizontal aspect that the eBoards have, where you can have multiple notes across the screen like this. Alright, then that is option B. And again, if you ever want to change this, you just click the little gear. If you want to add another topic below this, just click the gear, and so on. Okay, now the third option, option C, is to really get into the potential of Moodle and start using this right here. This link says add an activity or resource. So what we just did in option B is we used what is called the description for the section. So this, where I wrote entropy, is called a section. This topic 2 is called a section. And all I was doing is utilizing the description feature, where I can show the description under the section. Now if I want to go the next step, option C, I'll click this add an activity or resource here. And now I see really the full potential of Moodle. If I just scroll down this, I see that I can add assignments, I can add chat sessions, choices, which is kind of a little, gives options to students like a survey. I can add all sorts of things. Feedback is another survey type of thing that you can use. I like to use this at the end of the week to see what students thought went well that week, what was helpful, and so on. You can add forums, just like the option A, where students can interact with each other and with you. There's all sorts of things. There's a mind mapping plugin here. Quizzes, this is what I use most heavily for homework and for tests. You can build question banks and all sorts of stuff. You can have wikis on here, workshops, students can evaluate each other's work. But I don't want to get into that right now. I want to show you option C is just using the resources feature as an eBoard. Now let's look under the resources feature here. I can add files, so I can attach files. I can add folders of files, and I can make pages. Now it turns out that the page is most similar to the notes on an eBoard. So let's try that for now. Let's click page, and then let's see, unfortunately you can't see it on my screen here, but I'm going to click add. Underneath here there's a button that says add. And what I'm going to be doing here is basically adding a web page. So let's just do the same thing. We're going to transfer my entropy note over to here. Notes on entropy. And then instead of pasting the content into the description this time, I'm going to paste it. Now I could, by the way, I could put it in the description, and if I wanted to show up on the front page, I could click this box right here. But for now, I'm going to show you what happens if I put the content into the actual page itself. And I'll click save and return to course. Now when the students come to the course, this is what they'll see. This is the course here, test 02. And when they come here, they'll scroll down, and they're going to see this right here, entropy. And that's the page on entropy. So this is equivalent to them seeing the note that says entropy on the eBoard and then having to click on it to open it up. In Moodle, they'll just see this little icon right here, which is the web page icon, and they'll click that link, and that will bring them to the content of the page. Just like if they clicked on the note on eBoard, entropy, they would see the content of that page. So this is very similar. Now, you know how you can put links in, or you can put files and stuff that students can access. We can do that on Moodle as well. So let's try that. I'm going to go back to the course page. Now when I click add an activity or resource, Instead of clicking on the page option, I'm going to click on File. And again, I'm going to click the Add button below. Now I want to add a file. So there's a couple things that you have to do. You have to give the file a name. So test review maybe. You have to put in a description. I mean, if you have to, if you don't really have more of a description, just put in the title again. And then here we go, we can add files. Now, one of the cool things about Moodle is that you can add a file directly from your Google Drive if you want, or you can upload a file from your computer. If you click Google Drive, it will prompt you to log in to Google Drive. And you can pick your account and so forth, and then you'll actually be able to select right from your Google Drive. Otherwise, click Upload a File, Browse, and now I can just pick a file off my computer, upload it, and then students will be able to download that file. If it's a PDF, Moodle also has a PDF viewer built right in, so the students don't actually have to download it. They can view it right in the website itself. Let's say we're going to put the 3 rules of thermo up here, and then upload this file. And that's it. And I'm going to click Save and Return to Course, or Save and Display if I want to look at it. Let's say Save and Return to Course. Okay, good. Now let's look at it to finish off here. So we've gone through our option A, option B, option C. And the next step, of course, is to start doing things like quizzes and assignments. But if you want to do that, you're going to have the students enroll. It's a whole nother topic, and you'll want to check out Moodle 101 for that. We've got some more in-depth instruction on there. But I'm going to log out, and I'm going to see what happens if I come in here as a guest. So if I was just poking around as a student, or I'm one of your students and I'm not enrolled in your course, but I just want to check it out. So let's click on Science. We're going to click on green because there's where I just put that test course. So notice up in the upper right hand corner I am not logged in right now, but I'm still able to view this. And then I'm going to click Test 02. Now at this point it's going to prompt me for username and login, or I can log in as a guest. This is what your students will do if they're not enrolled in your course. Click on Login as a guest, and this is what they'll see. And they'll be able to view all this because the default setting is that guests can access, can see this sort of material. All right, so if you have any trouble, please just send me an email or talk to me about it, and I'll be happy to spend some time with you helping you out on that.